Hello, good to see you. Welcome back. So today we're going to do something a little bit special because this now is a discussion about how the market model has actually failed. All right. So we've built the market model up, supply, demand, put them together, created an equilibrium in the market model, and now we realize that this model we've built, which is the foundation for a lot of what we discuss, actually doesn't work in the real world. So a classic example is this, that there are 7 million people, according to statistics, who die every year as a result of airborne pollutants. All right, so respiratory principles, right, with regards to that, respiratory issues with regards to that. They die. Now, surely this shouldn't be acceptable. Surely the market should sort this out. So what we are finding is that the market, with its equilibrium, isn't taking a lot of costs that are external to the market into account. In fact, it's not taking any of them into account. So there are situations like this where the market simply doesn't work. It might be that there isn't an equilibrium. Might be that there's a disequilibrium, okay? So the market will fail if it doesn't take into account external costs or if it hasn't actually created an equilibrium, okay? So shortages, surpluses, etc., anytime they occur, that is a market failure. What about hunger, starvation? Apparently, according to statistics I've read, 733 million people go hungry. 733 million, which is 1 in every 11 people, and they're hungry every night. Okay, so again, why haven't we solved that? Why does the market not fix this as a particular problem? Is there not some way that we can say, hey, let's figure out what's going on with all these people, let's put it into the market? The market doesn't take this into account, right? There could be a flash flood and the crops get destroyed, the price goes up and people can't afford the food. Should the government then step in? So are we saying then that we need somebody to help us? Because we've got externality situations like this occurring, where in the US, 1 in every 5 deaths every year is caused by smoking. That's pretty scary. All right, a single cigarette contains 4,800 chemicals. 69 of those chemicals cause cancer. They're cancer causing. We know this. This is a product in the market being sold, causing all this death, all right, and illness. So should we ban it? Yeah. How should we deal with this? Because this is an economic good. Maybe we should. Maybe we need the government to come to our rescue. Maybe the government needs to put extra laws in place to protect us as the consumer. Maybe the government needs to put safety rules and regulations in place with regards to children's toys or food, all right? Maybe the government needs to put regulations with regards to externalities and smoke coming out of factories. Maybe the government needs to figure out how to solve the fact that we might actually be running out of fish in the ocean. Maybe there are ways we can deal with those, and maybe the government needs to figure it out. All right, taxes, if it's a negative effect, subsidies, maybe banning the product, maybe restricting its use. Okay, that's a possibility. Or maybe, and this is going a little bit out of left field, but maybe if it's a common access resource, okay, like the fish in the sea example, maybe we could take a leaf out of Eleanor Ostrom's book, all right, where she engages the community and gets the community to decide the norms, the rules, and then the community figures out how to solve the problems that there might exist. Maybe there is that as a possibility. But whatever we decide, we're going to have governments in one country coming up against governments in another. Europe is a classic example. If the pollution occurs in France and it drifts all the way across to England, who is, responsible for it? Who can put a law in place, and why should they? All right. There's all of those sorts of issues. Here in Malaysia, we have smog. right? That might come from the burning of the forests in Indonesia, quite possibly. So it needs to maybe also be governments interacting with other governments and having international agreements, right? It's quite a big issue. And how sizable you want the government to be in saving the economy and helping the people is a really big philosophical issue. But it needs to be made. We need to figure out what level of involvement the government has in our economy, because as we've seen, the market can't necessarily fix it. And it's not a case of redesigning the market to make it fit. It's that the market model maybe just doesn't work. And maybe we then need some extra help and support from the government. Right, we're going to be looking into this. We're going to look at some models. We're going to illustrate it. We're going to explain it. We're going to talk about the advantages to this policy and the disadvantages to that one. We're going to talk about even a policy that's trying to help. Maybe those policies may actually make the situation worse, like price controls for food. All right, maybe that actually makes the situation worse. We're going to look into all of that, okay, and see if we can figure out how to best solve all of the problems that a market failure creates. Thank you very much. Hey, Cornetto, have a great day. Please remember to like and subscribe. Helps with the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you later.